Welcome everybody to Boston Blue Beat Beach Episodes MBTL bracket. And we have what I think is probably going to be one of the funniest sets to start off with first. And I don't mean it funny ha-has and like, oh my god, these players are like messing around and all that stuff. Actually, before we even go into that, let me introduce my co-commentator Lennox over here.
Yo, what's going on? Good to be here.
Oh man,
good to be here, man.
This is gonna be sick. Okay, so we're avoiding the funny ha-has, I think, because Pinku and Tanuk are both what I would argue as some of North America's strongest CL players.
Yes, absolutely.
And so to have them both here today is very funny because this character is relatively rare in a lot of cases. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, who's one of the strongest like CL players? Oh, it's Tanuk. Oh, okay, well, who's one of the other ones? Oh, it's Pinku. Oh, they're both here. Oh, they're doing a mirror.
Round one, baby. Let's go.
That's how it is, man. We have literally every other person in this bracket is like very well known already.
Yeah.
So like if not like nationally, regionally, so it's just kind of amusing.
Oh, we're getting right into it. All right.
Yep.
Here we go. All right, so this should be a fun one. Yeah, like you said, CL, I feel like you don't really see CL at a very high level outside of like these two, and I want to say mainly FGC is another one of the big ones, but I don't think they play at the same level Tanuk does.
So Tanuk for me is interesting, and partially because I played him, but one of the big things with Tanuk is just his ability to play it very calmly and passively in certain situations when he's forced to. And that's some of the things that, you know, some of the regions have. Wow, okay, as we get like two PCs at once. One of the big things that's highly rated for CL are some of those buttons like J, A, and JB. Wow, which we're seeing both kind of interrupt.
Dude, we are moving right here. Oh, what?
Wow, yeah, both players are hitting it very, very quickly, which is a bit surprising to me because CL is able to disengage pretty well and kind of play like that kind of patience game, but I think both of them do not want to deal with that whatsoever, so they're just relying on kind of natural movement and a lot of air buttons to contest each other's approach.
Yeah, absolutely. Like kind of like you said, that rising A from CL is not only very obnoxious to deal with on offense, on your offense no less. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, that totally just derailed me. These cats are playing out of their mind. This is crazy. This is all the Pinku show right here. Tanuk, for all the scrambles we saw in the last round, Tanuk kind of ran house here, and we're out. There it is. Oh, okay. Nope. Nice little air-to-air check there. Yeah, ready for that. That's kind of the CL special. Let's use the air nails, almost like a Rekka series. And yeah, Pinku's going to take the perfect. What?
Yeah, very nice from them. The other thing about the air nails from CL is that the B version, CL is like completely committed to it once she starts actually.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big dangerous things that you can get caught if a character happens to have movement or can get around those nails. You're stuck either dead in the air hoping that they don't catch your landing, or you are praying to God that you happen to like land a couple of nails like,
yeah.
in the resulting series.
Yeah, pray, yeah, get it confirmed like that. Absolutely. I can't tell you the amount of times I've but the other side of that is you try to chase underneath, delayed nails right in your face. Yeah, that's I'm kind of free to that. I'm not gonna lie. That's a hard thing to deal with.
The funny thing too, we also saw yet another Rising J. There's the JP though. This is 4 bars. This isn't going to kill, but this is probably arc drive. No, doesn't want to spend it. Get the health back. Still maintain the ability to arc drive at any moment to close out the round. Smart decision from Tanuk. Just playing it nice and patiently. Pinku recognizing that, playing safely, gets the JB.
So that heat's going to be the difference between a potential win and a definite loss right here. That absolutely would have killed if Tanuk hadn't spent that heat.
And speaking of which, Pinku still has a bar to play with, doesn't need it, gets that throw.
Oh yeah, CL's strike throw game is dummy scary. Especially if you know your opponent doesn't really have that kind of CL knowledge, you can run a train with that. Obviously not a problem here, both these cats very experienced, but the mind game's still there.
Yeah. Pinku finally getting that delayed BC. We saw a couple of interactions where Tanuk was managing to get shield BC pretty prominently, and it looked like Pinku was just kind of a little late on like the delayed shield A response, or maybe the spacing just wasn't quite there. So nice on Pinku to make that adjustment. We'll have to see if that happens more in some of the shield situations and what Tanuk brings to kind of adjust back.
Oh, spins the moon drive. Okay.
Gets a shield in response to it. Not a huge reward. Nice MD in response. DP. Don't want to deal with any shield interactions right there. Let me just get you off of me.
Tanuk's kind of like, that's been their MO for a while in this game now, is hold on to that moon drive, wait for your opponent to spend it first and either instantly counter moon drive or use it on the next interaction to get a counter hit.
Yeah, that's the big thing. There's a couple of schools of thoughts on, ooh, nice Rising J again.
No conversion though, and Pinku's going to get the hit after for the OTG combo. Should get a nice little, yeah, run up throw, yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the mix up there. Oh, yes. All right, wow. Pinku is, just like that, Pinku's on set point. I'm not going to lie. I thought this would have been more the Tanuk show right here, but Pinku's got the read after, especially after that first round.
Well, the thing is, partially also, it feels like Pinku is slowly gaining more and more momentum is really like the major factor here. And Tanuk is unable to kind of mount a lot of responses to what Pinku has done to adjust. You see the backdash, like backdash nails this time here. And a lot of Pinku's strike throw offense, as you pointed out before, is working out absurdly well.
Yeah, we saw the tech right there, and you could tell, like, Pinku's like, oh, that's the check for the next layer. Like you said, backdash nails, Tanuk's not ready for him.
The other thing as well is that Pinku has been taking a bit more time to kind of wait for Tanuk to hang himself with some of his defensive options.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier, right? Like a couple of, very nice bait right there to get the shield. All right, gonna pop heat soon, probably. Want to get that health back. Otherwise, this is gonna get very dicey very soon, but gets the 2C. All right, should be able to clean this up with EX. There we go.
So I don't hate that decision to not spend the meter there. Pinku News, they had the round lead, and now they go into this last one with 4 bars, whereas Tanuk has nothing to play with. And no margin for error, pretty much. Pinku's up around going in, so.
Yeah. Wow! Just run up ADP. Let him know.
We are truly playing Melty Blood on this day.
The other thing also is that, like, you know, Tanuk's been doing a decent bit of, like, the, like, up back in response to a couple things. Yep. And because it was the A version, you know, Pinku could still actually, like, cancel into Moondrive there afterwards. Which is part of what makes that decision not as, like, what in the world are you doing? Kind of
exactly. If you don't have that knowledge of Melty Blood, you're asking a lot of questions there, but
right.
These cats play calculator. That's a huge drop. Oh my god. Yeah, blood heat. Okay. That's a situation where you gotta spend it. No sense in the mix up right there. The throw, not enough to kill. Very wary of the shield right there. Tanuk a little afraid to press and is gonna be eating a hit. Can still spend heat right here. Chooses to spend it. Yes, sir. Gets the hit.
This is not looking good for Tanuk right here. Next knockdown means everything here. If he messes this one up, he could die. Is he gonna get the throw? Nice tech. Moondrive.
No! Oh! And Tanuk committed to the air shield right there. That was a really scary option, but clearly they believed. Oh, no!
And you can tell Pinku knew that something like that was coming with that bold up-forward air throw. And that's just to kind of highlight some of the interplay between both of them in that you could see that over time on defense, Pinku was very, very ready for some of the more committal defensive options that Tanuk was trying to pull out and use. So that's just kind of to speak towards, you know, Pinku managing to mount a better offense over time on CL, which is not necessarily, like, easy, right? Like, this character is not here to, like, really mix you necessarily, but she can throw you in very long sequences and make you want to escape, and you have to play around that appropriately. But really awesome showing from them.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Pinku did a really good job of just building that momentum, and you could tell, kind of like you said, they're thinking a couple layers ahead, especially once Tanuk started teching those throws. It definitely made a big deal. I'm seeing, oh yes, okay, I had a feeling we would see this very soon. Okay, that's Isaac. All right, so Isaac in our first round went up 2-1 over Swickalicious, and they're now going to be playing one of my favorite players, personally, OsamaBinLeffen. I'm not explaining that. You know who it is. You know who it is. We were talking about this earlier. It's to the point where you don't have to ask the question. You know, we know, it's all good. We're just going to move past it. Smoothie going up 2-1 over, oh no, it's Nathan. They're going to be playing, actually, they just played off stream, foxof42, foxof 2-0 over Smoothie.
Right, okay.
So bracket's moving right along, and I'm very excited to see Saddam Huge Gains himself on the screen next. Isaac, of course, too. Wait, that might not be who we're seeing. They might already be playing. Psych. Yeah. We'll see in a minute.
We'll see in a moment. So again, to kind of, you know, talk about the bracket in general, we have a lot of heavy hitters that are spread throughout. You know, we have Mr. OsamaBinLeffen, aka Saddam Huge Gains, aka George W. Burst, aka Red Blade, aka Mr. Cannonball Saber himself, who is a very funny player in the sense that you don't necessarily see them grinding the game continuously, but almost every time they show up to a bracket, they hit top 4, top 3, like, extremely consistently, right?
And the way they're playing, it looks like they've been grinding the game. That's the scary part. Like, some of the arc setups they had were honestly kind of ridiculous.
They pioneered a lot of arc weight things very quickly.
Yes.
And there's a lot more to talk about that. We'll discuss them when we see them on stream. Right now, we got a completely different set coming on here. This will be Elemental versus Zyvon. If I remember correctly, Zyvon plays...
Dan. Yep.
Plays DA Noel, Elemental on the Noel as well. Haven't seen Elemental play in ages, I'll be honest. I haven't seen them pull up for a weekly in like forever.
Same. I thought I was the only Noel player in the building, to be perfectly honest. Regular Noel player, I should say. So this is kind of exciting. This is obviously my favorite character. Against one of my least favorite characters. So this is this is going to be a good set right here. And Zyvon definitely knows this matchup. Last couple times we've played, Zyvon has absolutely washed me. Okay, yeah, good little rising A from my Elemental there. The cross up, okay. Yeah, pretty standard combo here. Should carry. No, misses the link. It's the 214A there.
Right now, both of is actually playing pretty safely right now. Zyvon not really kind of opting to... As I say that, they get caught up for trying to go for an IAP right there. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the big things about DA Noel is that you need to finish up those confirms, especially when you have a lot of resources, because then it's 50-50 time, my friends. Doesn't catch on to the heat, though. Was not prepared to OS for that, it looks like.
Oh, Elemental with the pickup there. No, I'm not sure if that's the right version of that, but yeah, close out the round anyway.
I think what they likely wanted was that they wanted to get a quick arc drive over there, and they just suddenly ran out of the meter for it, and so the mood skill came out instead.
I'm sure you're right.
So that's likely the case of what happened here. Right now, both players just kind of trying to rely on the zoning. The main problem with that, though, is that while regular Noel's nails are... There it is. While regular Noel's nails are, like, very strong, the problem is that they're kind of limited, and if you're giving Zyvon like a huge chance to kind of just play around or play passively, it may end up very risky instead of using the nails for Loki right now.
Yeah, right. And they're slow enough too, where if the Dead Apostle Noel player has a read on your movement, it's pretty easy to stuff them, honestly, especially at full screen. All right, running into the DP right here, Zyvon getting out of the corner. Trying to close this round out using that criminal air dash and running right into the 3BC. Oh man, that move does everything. It anti-airs, it pays my taxes, walks my dog, everything I need. All right, yeah, DP once again. Zyvon not afraid to let it rip. Oh, that's a huge counter hit. Not able to get the full conversion right there. And that's a punish. Yup, yeah. No question there. Zyvon's done that combo a million times. There will be 0 drops.
Yeah, Elemental trying to... defaulting a lot to the moon skill 2-2X, which is like fine if an opponent is not watching out for it, but it is like rather punishable looking, so I would be very mindful of kind of continuing to use that. Zyvon not expecting to get the hit there on the double overhead, and still not prepared for these heats from Elemental. They've been going for it very frequently, so very surprised that we haven't seen Zyvon kind of like opt to do something differently, like quick little hesitate, walk back into shield, either that or kind of like rely on kind of the spears to sort of handle it, just literally sit and wait for a response from Elemental right now. But because of that, Elemental's been getting out of a lot of situations where DA Noel would be able to kind of start really building momentum and pressure right there.
Yeah.
Skilled spears.
That move. Especially if you save that move to the end of the round like that, nobody's reacting to that overhead. Unless you're really looking for that, that's kind of a hard thing to look out for.
Oh yeah, you're not prepared for it if that comes out. So you're like, what the? Oh,
you're done.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Oh, connecting on another one there. Yeah, has to cancel out of the auto combo. Fatal counter on the overhead. Gets the full conversion right here. Another nail counter hit. That's a cross up. Nice and easy. Steal the corner away from Zyvon here. Side switch. Yep, just goes for meaty 5C. I love that option. Space that out enough, you can bait most heats. And Zyvon's back on offense.
Good usage of the spears there and holding it. That's one of the very cool things about DA Noel is that they're able to hold on to the spears and kind of run that strike throw of, am I going to hit you and then make myself plus, or am I just going for the throw here and then going back into my own? There's a heat again, but still no response from Zyvon now.
Ooh, wow, the trade. Okay, yeah. Elemental not afraid to press and going to take the round for it. Ooh, good press from Elemental there. All right, so once again, taking the round lead. We'll see if Zyvon can clutch this out once again. That was very nearly a punish. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, see, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. You got to pick your nail spots, especially when DA Noel is playing that zoning game. You got to pick your nail spots very carefully. You're going to get stuffed.
We're seeing a few more charge fears from Zyvon as well, looking like they really want to kind of like opt for that in order to start taking up a bit more space, using that humongous air dash to close the distance as well.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Dan's zoning options are good enough, and you could use it to set up like the signpost like that well enough.
Yeah.
Where like that's a really effective option against regular Noel. But goddamn, if that air dash doesn't feel so good to get a hit on, like this should be a good chunk of damage right here. At minimum, we're gonna see a nice little setup, assuming there's no drops. Oh no, okay, yeah, there's the bait. Yup. Yo, Toledo, has Zyvon heard you calling her out? It's gonna be like, no, I got this.
Well, she's definitely showing it off with the jump forward shield.
God.
Did it so preemptively, they were just like, yeah, I know you're doing this. Like, let's keep going.
There's no question about what your option's gonna be. I love that. I love that. There it is. Baits the DP that time, and that is a punish. Absolutely. We're going back to the corner. Elemental, just going for the safe jump setup. Yup, no punish to the shield, and there it is. Zyvon out of the corner, going for the side switch. The air dash connects, but there's no conversion. And we're out.
Click on the jumping there. Gets a shield. Shield wars once again going on.
Yep. Elemental getting clipped by the low. All right.
Kept the combo a bit simple. And there it is. Just trying to bait it out. But you have the spears. So you're chilling. Look at this.
Chilling, yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing, right? The other thing is that Elemental's not really, doesn't really notice the impetus on them to move because they're getting caught in situations where spears get set as Zyvon takes a set.
Yeah.
They got caught in a couple of situations where, like, they were sitting at full screen and then Zyvon would just, like, set, like, two spears. And that's fine, but the problem starts when you just kind of run to try to, like, reposition, and then suddenly, oh no, I'm under 2 spears. Now she triggered them, or now she ran up and then threw out, like, a button. Oh no, like, I got caught out. Yo, Zyvon!
Yeah, woo! Yeah, that's one of those situations, like, you really got to hop in the lab for and really grind that out. And that's really hard if you don't know how to do that or if you're not really familiar with the character. So one option we always have is to consult our friends with MetaFi. If you need that little level up, you know what I'm saying? You just hop in there, online platform, to get that one-on-one coaching from some of the best players in the world in all kinds of games. Barlow, obviously our local, our MetaFi expert. Barlow plays a ton of games. You could book sessions in less than 3 minutes, chat with coaches in real time, and learn from the best. And use the code BEACH10 on MetaFi to get 10% off your first lesson.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You know, MetaFi has a ton of coaches for a ton of different games. I know Masoma relatively recently should be on MetaFi.
Yep.
A fantastic fighting game player, very strong in MBTL as well. So there's a ton of different ways you can learn a lot more about the game. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. So as we're moving on to this through this bracket, the winner side is looking
stacked.
Yeah, of course.
You're right. So
the funny thing is that on the top side of it for winner semis, we have what will amount to basically a couple's quarrel with OsamaBinLeffen versus Pinku, which would be Arcwade versus this will be Arcwade versus CL. Those two happen to play each other a pretty decent amount as well. The big thing in the matchup is, frankly, Arcwade's mobility and offense are pretty absurd for CL to deal with in a lot of situations, wherein Arcwade kind of gets to either dash up 2B and say, hey, I'm here, or they get to kind of 2-on-4X and say, hey, by the way, I've just cleared half of the screen in 0.5 seconds. How's it going? How was your day? What's up?
And now you're airborne and you have to
I
hate that setup.
I know. And then on the other end of things, we have what will be foxof42 versus Zyvon. Foxo, we haven't gotten the chance to see them on stream yet, but for those unfamiliar, very strong New England French-bred player.
One combo breaker 2022 for Under Night in Birth. In case y'all didn't know, Main's out here representing.
Yeah. And then to kind of speak on that a bit more as well, he's also running a 2v2 Uni-Clear bracket today. Very awesome that we get the chance to see some Uni action here today. So yeah, we got a lot more of that kind of coming along over time as well. So foxof, as I understand it, is still on the Red Arcwade. Yeah. So we should be seeing Wark versus DA Noel, which will be an interesting case because Wark is one of the game's few zoners.
Yes.
Not really much set play to kind of speak of, but very good projectiles. We've all seen the onion rings and the kind of up back onion ring for offense as well as kind of Oki. So there's a ton of options there available. There's not many Red Arcwades also playing the game currently. Like, one of the only other ones that was very prominent was sometimes Fendo, but he is busy making messed up troubleshooter setups.
Oh yeah.
So we've got that going on. We do have DNF Duel that will be coming on. We might get the chance to see that later. We'll see how
that
things
should be a fun one.
Yeah. We've got a lot of people in for it today. We also had a lot of people for the weekly as well on DNF.
Yes.
Huge bracket as well. If I remember correctly, I think Bisu took it again.
No, Bisu lost in grand finals last night to Barlow. Actually, Barlow got the revenge.
Oh, see, that's that Metafy level up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But for real though, Barlow's a very cool example of it because he's someone who is not as focused on necessarily grinding 24/7, but he has a very good learning process and he knows how to kind of deconstruct certain things and say, okay, I'm going to work on these things. We're going to figure it out. We're going to kind of like lab it out as well and get a feeling for what's going on. Because I remember, he was talking about on Twitter, kind of like, oh, okay, I got to deal with Swiftmaster. I got to do this, and that. This upcoming set definitely is one of those. These are definitely both characters that you would want to lab. Arcwade more so. CL, I feel like, is just getting a better feeling and understanding of kind of like moving around. But
yeah,
Arcwade, that character will push buttons at you, and if you don't know what's going on, you're dying. The funnier part about it is that it's on Red Blade, who is also an offensive powerhouse of a person as it stands. So you just have these like mix. You have like this super high-paced character on a person that plays super high-paced as it stands.
Yeah, this is a Red Blade character right
This
here.
is a Red Blade character. This is a Red Blade character and a half.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it looks like, the names need to be switched. But that's what we're about to get out here in just a moment. The chat's still getting set up, getting the buttons going. Like you were saying, no surprise, the character select screen, exactly who we thought it was going to be. So I'm very excited. Also, I do want to point out that I believe for the last Boston Blue Beat, I believe for Extend, I think it was Isaac that won, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Isaac had taken it over Hyde in grand finals.
Yes.
And then yes, because it was me and Hyde, I believe.
Yeah, you guys were top 3, I think, right?
Yeah, I think
yeah. So OsamaBinLeffen beat Isaac 2-0. Clean, sent him to losers after. So I'm very excited to see what Red Blade's got here because it should be pretty cash. Are they just gonna let it rock? That's what it's looking like. All right, we're going right in. So OsamaBinLeffen off to a great start. That was very nearly a punish on the high shield right there, but gets the hit anyway. And we're going to see another nice little setup right here.
And with that first hit, that is kind of emblematic of one of the big things about Arcwade's offense in this game is that because she has so many mix-up options available, several standing overheads essentially, as well as amazing lows, she is able to play the game a lot differently, whereas most standard characters do not have access to a lot of like standing overheads. Meaning that she is able to force you to guess way more on shield than most other characters.
Yeah.
Like, we have other characters in the game like that are released as DLC that have a couple of high-low situations with land grabs that kind of force you to, like with DNOL that we saw recently, Alco with Living Spirit as well, and a couple other things. But
love that character.
Arcwade, this character has a bunch of overheads. They are fast, offense is varied, combo throw as well. There's so much going on here. Nice shield A there from OsamaBinLeffen here. Gonna get the hit. Nice confirm here. Nothing too crazy for the hit. Gonna spend the meter to get the knockdown here as well. Nice.
Look at this damage, dude. That's a clean 40% right there.
Nice hit here as well. And again, these are just the various aspects of Arcwade's offense that makes it just so absurdly strong. All it takes is that one hit.
Oh! Yeah, Red Blade is ready for that. I love the spacing right there. Even if the, why am I blanking on Moondrive? Yikes, I just forgot what Moondrive was. Even if you're at that range, like, that's still a commitment at that kind of mid-range, you know what I mean? You can commit to DP, but other than that, like, Red Blade's still kind of in charge right there. Love the spacing.
The big thing also is, like, that Moondrive as a whole is -2 for the defender. And if your opponent hasn't clicked a button and invuln through it, it could spell big trouble for you because you're essentially forced to defensive RPS like right afterwards.
Absolutely.
Right? It's kind of similar to the situation in, let's say, Uni, like kind of post-CS almost.
Yep.
Or Blaze Blue, where you pop an overdrive but your opponent didn't do much, so now it's like this weird defensive RPS that happens immediately afterwards. Obviously, various differences between the games, but
of course.
general like idea. right there. Didn't get the JB, but fell and still got a hit regardless. Going to spend the meter again. We're going to see like Redblade continues to spend meter for these like knockdowns. Because again, you know, he's building up a lot of the meter as it stands. Probably going to spend 2 bars to take kill if he has to. Doesn't there. Oh, doesn't
okay, opts not to, runs into the DP. Yeah, I kind of like, I play a similar style. Like, if you're on offense, I'll just spend the meter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to burn all of it, but the damage extension and the setups after are kind of worth it, in my opinion. Whereas, you know, if you're on defense, obviously you got to save it up, get that heat. Honestly, it's so strong in the health back. But
the other thing is that Arcwade is a pretty good time, like spending metering in like chunks, as opposed to necessarily needing like 3 or 4 bars to spend it on.
Yeah.
You know, super arc drive or to spend it on arc drive, right? Like she's able to spend like 2 bars to like squeeze out damages for kills without really like a ton of trouble, and not many characters have the privilege of doing that. Nice flash kick right there from Pinku. Good shield right there, but he keeps it patient and knows he's right there responding to shield in kind. Doesn't get the delay. Double clash, triple clash.
Oh
we got the
my
JA.
God.
We know what's going on. We are hitting the correct buttons. It's A-okay. Spend the meter for the dive. All right, what's the offensive string right there? Tries to go for the 2B. Redblade just sprinting in with that amazing regular air dash speed. Up, back, nails. Trying to bait out a potential throw or 2B from Redblade.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
By the JB, and that will take the round. OsamaBinLeffen is still keeping it up. Nice and even in the rounds. Let's see what we got.
Oh, we've seen Pinku try these backdashes a couple times in neutral, and I think OsamaBinLeffen has called them out every single time and got a hit off that, or a throw, or one neutral in some way. Like, just on point with this offense right here.
And you know, CL's backdash is pretty good. If the problem is just that the momentum from Arcwade's dash is so big because the like GP or 2C allows her to still kind of dash in and overestimate by a hair. So like overshoot it by a hair to look for it and then still get the hit. Nice backdash from Pinku right there. No response there. Waiting for something, but gets caught by the blue skill 2 and 4X. This is going to be another bar spent. You might see the heat come out from Redblade. We haven't seen him pop it actually once, like this entire set so far. Gets the shield.
Hasn't needed to.
No response right there.
Oh no! Gets the punish, but no confirm. Yeah, the overhead is going to crush the shield right there. Redblade should be okay. Pops the heat there, get the health back. All right. And this should, okay. Pinku going into blood heat here. I was about to say OsamaBinLeffen was in position to win the round here, but gets the hit. No! That's a huge drop.
It was insane, and then Redblade gets the counter hit JB. Looked like Pinku wanted to go in with either a JA in response to it, but still got clipped by it. There's the falling double overhead, and this bar might kill it if he squeezes it, but prorated a little too much. Gets a shield. No PC, just waiting for the landing right there.
That was such an early shield, too. Redblade knew. He's like, I know you got to go for nails right here. Throw it out. Wow.
And like the big thing is that was really impressive, but it's a smart decision because if you are Pinku, you're not gonna like double jump and then go for like falling 2B.
No,
At most, you're gonna try to air dash to get over and reposition. But when you're in that situation against Arcwade, who hasn't really committed much, like she can still either dash up and restart her pressure or get caught out. You know, we saw multiple air-to-air situations were dicey at best through like Arcwade JB clashing or beating out CL air buttons in a lot of sequences right there. And the big thing there, so people are wondering a bit if that's a punish. Yes, that is a punish because as mentioned like way earlier on the stream, if CL is opting for the B version of air nails, she is stuck until she falls down onto the ground.
You recover all the way to the ground.
She has to commit to the rest of the string or not.
Yeah.
And because Redblade is just sitting there in shield, there is nothing you can do but hope that he like clicks an awkward shield. So Redblade smartly just waited and said, all right, anyway, bye, we're done.
Yep, easy.
Like you
That's
just
the
get
game.
the landing right there. So just a very smart like offensive decision right there to kind of unpack that a bit more. I am very, very sure that we will see Pinku make it to potentially losers final. So we'll get the chance to see them a lot more. Perhaps or a rematch in Grands. We'll have to see kind of how it stacks up, you know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this next match should be a fun one. I haven't seen foxof and Zyvon play in, I couldn't tell you how long. It's been a minute. But either way, Zyvon's got a long road ahead of her. foxof, obviously, as you were talking about earlier, super strong red arc player. Probably the red arc player, honestly, right now. I feel like he won't tell you that because he's a little too modest. But like, who
He's
else is playing?
He's one of the most humble people. You'll talk to Foxes about something, be like, yeah, you know, I'm just like really out here like having a good time, like this and that. Like,
I knew foxof for a year. I think I knew foxof for a full year before I knew how good they were at uni, and I didn't know until I went to Combo Breaker 2018 and saw them make it to the top 8. I'm like, wait, what? Are you nationally good at this game? Nobody told me. I knew him for a year.
So, did I ever tell you about the first time I ever played foxof in uni?
No, but I really want to hear the story.
This is the funniest. Okay, so. At this point, I'm like finally starting to go to like actual like events here in Boston, you know, showing up for a bit, and I'm keeping in touch with like the uni scene. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, we got all this stuff going on. That's pretty cool. Like blah blah blah, like this and that. And I'm like, all right, well, like one of the cool things about the uni community is that the top players are extremely like accessible. You can like ask them a lot of questions, learn a lot, blah blah blah, this and that. You know, I've played Red Blade before at casuals. It didn't go like super duper uber duper wash. I'm like, all right, that's kind of nice. Like, this. So I go to Game Underground for a bracket, and foxof is there, and I'm like, oh, like hey, like how's it going, like this and that, like chat, like meeting him for the first time. You know, kind of one of the kindest guys you'll ever meet.
Absolutely.
Extremely nice, which is why they play an absolutely rude character, right? so we play through the game, and then 5 minutes later, I've been double perfected and lost 2-0 without taking a single round from him. He's like, good games, and I was like, yeah. I wasn't even mad. I was just like, there are very few times in fighting games where like, I'm completely unsure what the heck just happened. Playing foxof in uni was one of those times.
Oh my God, foxof Batista that's a whole experience right there. Yeah. All right, we're getting right into this though. We got the foxof Red Arc Wide, and both these cats kind of playing the nooch game right now, just chilling. foxof taking space, moving down into the corner, finally getting a hit here.
That's one of the things about games like LT is that, you know, in more traditional fighting games, right? You know, we have the concept of walk them down the corner, right?
Yep.
But in games that emphasize movement a lot more, what you end up seeing is that there's a lot more back and forth, and it's a lot more about like encroaching on people's spaces like kind of slowly, and then eventually you back your opponent into a corner.
Yeah.
The other good thing about this is that the other cool thing is that, you know, Red Arcwade's projectiles are also quite strong, and she can throw out a little bit of chip over time.
Yeah.
She's not very forced to approach, right?
No.
Her zoning game is also just straight up like stronger than the She has to do stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, one of the few characters that can contest TA Noel at that range with the zoning.
Yeah. So, you know, you have these like kind of tools where you're like, all right, you know, I'm kind of just chilling actually, and I'm going to play around kind of a bit more. And right now, you know, we saw the difference from the first round to this round already. That like you can tell foxof can smell blood in the water.
Yeah. Exactly. Just going right in. Oh, that's your dad. That's it. Oh no, does it kill? Okay,
terrible throw. The throw sucks. But yeah.
You're right though.
But yeah, it's just one of those situations again, you know, where you can see foxof in certain places just like wants to gather some information and is playing a lot more.
What a god tier dude.
Plays slowly in some ways to kind of assess what his opponents are doing. Right? You know, this is like what you would consider standard third play, but you know, this game is very fast-paced.
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure this out while all these characters doing all this crazy stuff. You're like, what the heck?
And that's something foxof's talked about before too, is like kind of the mental stack while playing this game. You have to make so many decisions back to back so quickly, and you have so many options with obviously all the defensive mechanics and the offensive options. That he's like, I can't play long sense in this game because it hurts my brain too much. Like this is a very intensive game, but it's his game because that's the way he plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very conducive to the way that he thinks about fighting games. So it does not surprise me at all to see. Wow, very successful. That was a sick punish on the DP right there.
That was the weirdest first hit I've seen on that DP ever. I don't think I've actually like ever seen that hit that way. Normally it's just like, oh, okay, blah blah blah. Not just like a blast right.
Yeah, I've got hit like behind by that before, and that's not a good feeling.
Yeah, it's terrible. I feel terrible about it. I play BB. I see like massive DPs sometimes. I'm like, all right, that's whatever. But so when I played another game, I'm like, I guess we're back to it. foxof right now about to close the game with the EX projectile right there. Very clean gameplay from foxof.
And that's kind of the plan, right? foxof's got the setups, playing it as safe as possible here, just armoring right through the challenge from Zyvon. This should carry most of the way to the next corner. Oh, going for the setup. Yeah, Zyvon recognized, gets the shield. Fox allowed to continue the offense and runs into BC follow-up from Zyvon. And that's a punish. Oh, yeah, a little hesitation there.
Zyvon has a lot of resources available. So we might see a defensive heat, because I would be thinking about it right now, because...
Yeah.
And speaking of which, there it is, right? Let's get our health back. We're back at, like, around half. Now you're forced to play the game, the good old are you a shield truther and blood kind of game right now. foxof respecting it quite a ton, and, you know, as has been kind of the recurring theme of the set, playing relatively patient, just kind of waiting for those opportunities. Gets the throw there. It's that, again, if you get that neutral moon drive and your opponent hasn't committed an offensive option, you are now just stuck in this RPS, and foxof is very much so used to that kind of style. Gets the double overhead right there and cleans it up nice and pretty. 2-0, put it in a ribbon, gifted to your mom and dad right there.
That was clean as hell, I'm not going to lie. foxof just doing foxof things, and now our winners finals is going to be, frankly, the Undernight Classic at this point.
I was planning on saying that. You stole it. You stole it from me. I had it so lined up. I was like, yeah, Lennox, and this is the Uni Classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, it looks like Uni. I can't believe winners finals. OsamaBinLeffen.
I say that about this game all the time, dude. Combo breaker, top 8, top 4 was what? It was foxof. It was Red Blade. It was Masoma, and it was who was the other one? Lotus was there. Oh, Scrot was in winner's side, but Lotus was in there too. Yeah. I'm looking at the top 8. This is mostly Uni players. What are we doing? This could be a Uni top 8.
It's the French bread, you know how it is. But yeah. Shout outs to foxof. Shout outs to Uni once again. Yeah. Reminding you guys, we do have a 2v2 Uni bracket here today.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be a blast.
It should be sick. If I remember correctly, it's oriented towards beginners as well, so it should be pretty sick. But
Yep.
But yeah. It's French bread.
It's French bread. And speaking of French bread, try to get this French bread Matcherino over here. That doesn't make sense, but we're gonna move past it. There is a Matcherino tonight! ! Matcherino in the chat. Hop in there. Use the coupon codes. Use the sponsor quest, and if you're feeling generous, maybe hop in there. Consider a direct contribution. This is obviously one of the few Boston regionals we get to do every year, and I'm very excited to be here, and I'm very excited we have this caliber of player here. So please, please, please reward them for coming out. They deserve it. They have put a ton of work in, and you can see that not only here but nationally. So yeah, we'll allow the message for Deffy. You crazy, homie?
No. That's the see this like anyway. Yeah, so we're moving on right now on the loser side of the bracket right here. We have Zyvon versus TanukV.
This is one of our weekly classic matchups. So we're seeing Howard CL here, and I don't know who that's from because I know TanukV plays Howard CL a little bit, but I think that's Zyvon.
I believe that's Zyvon.
That's TanukV's color. Yeah, you're right.
TanukV is on the big CL. Yeah.
You're right. Okay. So here we go. So yeah, I have not seen Winters play Howard CL yet. So this is going to be kind of interesting because I think this character is so cool.
Yeah, this character's sick as hell. Ton of crazy offensive options, a lot of neutral space coverage with like some of her obnoxious buttons as well, like versus from there. But yeah, overall, this character's got like a very interesting game plan that you kind of like emphasize through. So in a funny sense, Howard CL, frankly, in a lot of ways, is going to be able to force a lot of situations onto normal CL just through her ability to kind of throw out these buttons into spaces and contest in situations where ordinarily you might see CL kind of be able to play very passively and kind of chill out, right? So,
yeah, one of the few characters that can really contest CL in some of these weird ranges at neutral. CL a neutral monster, but hey, so is powered CL, you know? That's how it be.
So we'll get the chance to kind of see that. Ooh, that was close. Another awkward clash, but still perfectly fine. Waiting for it. Gets that shield PC. Here we go. Didn't go into the EX version for the knockdown right there. That's what you typically want to see out of powered CL knockdowns. You see the regular DP into CDP for a hard knockdown. Trying to go for that charge JC. Very, very strong right there. Manages to get the heat right here.
No bait from Zyvon. And text the throw. That's a punish right there. Yeah, get your shield in there. No full convert. Oh, okay, a little OTG. Not enough to make a difference, and that looks like a punish. Yes, sir. TanukV trying to claw their way out of the corner. And that was the first hit TanukV's got. this entire round. That's kind of crazy. Okay, Zyvon, or excuse me, Winter, sorry. Getting some, finally finding some footing here. And these cats have played a lot, obviously. When we were running this up more consistently at the weeklies, this was consistently, they're both making top 3. So, both these players not a stranger to one another.
Yeah. I'm harping on it a little bit, but like it's a little confusing to me in the sense where like, okay, here we go. Speaking of which, we haven't seen that from Winters. We haven't really seen them end with like spending a meter for like the knockdowns, which is a little strange to me in the sense that just because it's like, Counter Scale's a very easy time like using meter to just get like a quick knockdown. Because you dead ass just like EXP and then you're kind of fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, get the shield there. We are not falling for your Blood Heat shield shenanigans. TanukV very smartly playing it safe and just looking out for like another option right there. Even if like Winters hadn't committed this shield there, they would have been fine.
TanukV, the master of the counter moon drive. Oh no, okay. Still, Winters getting a side switch to the hit, and we're out. TanukV winning the shield war to escape the corner, but still has to play a little defensively here. Yeah, spends the heat to catch the jump in, and that's a punish.
Yeah, that's a whiff DP. That is so tragic. Oh my god. But TanukV is just going to back off. Winters has enough meter for a heat, but it's not going to really matter. And there's that JP.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about TanukV. You know, he's able to play leads on CL very well. You know, very patient, just kind of calm, waiting out a situation that's ideal and kind of like handles it like extraordinarily well. Yeah, we're going to see the switch right here from Pinku onto the DA Noel. We have not one but 2 people on this small character, but I have not seen enough 50-50s today on DA Noel. That's what you got to do on the character.
Hell yeah, hell
That is what she is built for.
All right.
Out the shield there. That's probably going to be a big tell for TanukV right now. We'll have to see if he adjusts for that in the strike no pressure. But right now, playing it calmly and just trying to intercept Winters in a lot of situations. You've talked about it before. CL's got buttons for it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Winters, oh yeah, okay, so this is going to be a nice little setup right here. No pop, bait the shield, and there it is. All right. But TanukV, wise to it. TanukV is also a lab monster, so it doesn't surprise me that they absolutely know how to get out of that situation. You know what I mean?
Well, the big thing also is that really didn't kind of play out in the way that most DA wanted to, right?
Yeah, it got pushed out a little bit.
There was this big weight, and then on top of that, tried to drop, by the way, and then
oh no! Oh,
that was hilarious.
That feels bad. That feels so bad. Oh well.
Yeah.
You got to brush that off, though. That's just you got
to keep going. One of the things that to kind of focus on a little bit more is that, you know, we saw that situation before with Zyvon where there were a lot of cases where they would set the spears, but not much would really happen, and their opponent would just be able to kind of navigate out of it. So, you know, we were seeing that a little bit with, you know, Winters here against TanukV. Right now, though, screw all that stuff. TanukV right now on the offense.
Once again. Oh my god, TanukV. Okay, running into the B follow-up this time, though. Fatal counter. That's going to be a full conversion for Winters. Another crushing drop. Amazing cross-up. Okay, I cannot believe the low option connected there. TanukV not ready for it. And this should be a nice setup. TanukV using the whole shield through the entire thing. Spend the cash. Get the setup. Spend the heat to get the health back.
Oh my god!
That was so sick.
You are a demon, TanukV. What in God's good name? Shield it. Yeah! No! I thought you changed. No! Oh, throw. Yes! Throw
okay. Yup. Like you said, -2.
Baited the DP, but didn't punish it. They didn't just go for the simple record of punish and take them.
Where the hell is this setup? Because I really wanted to see
on
Winters
the other side. They can't see us. We can't see them.
Oh, in the room.
Right.
Oh.
So they may pass by. We can give them judgmental glares or something.
Damn.
Yeah,
all right.
Throws here from TanukV. Winters throwing out a lot of desperate feeling shields here, and they are not really working out as well as you would want them to. Nice positioning there to recognize that they can get that EX dive. Shield BC's out of there. One thing that I would like to see is a bit more like delayed shield A response. Wow, what a jump! What a jump! The neutral jump. What are we playing?
Oh my god. All right. TanukV gonna take it with almost a perfect right there in the end.
What a neutral
what a sequence.
jump. What? Who neutral jumps there?
TanukV.
What? Thought they were just like backdash OS or something. What? He went for neutral jump. He just drifted for a little bit. JB, just a little taste.
That's insane.
Oh
All right,
God.
so that's going to be, I believe that is Tanuk moving on to losers semifinals.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it's right in front of me. Haha.
Oh,
All right, so Pinku and Swickalicious. No, Swickalicious beat Pinku? Interesting. 2-1. Wow.
That is surprising to me.
Yes.
So we will not get the run back of the CL mirrors here. We will have Swickalicious versus Tanuk coming up here as we are gearing up to figure out our top 3 here at Boston Blue Beach episode.
Are we gonna see? We might see winners finals first. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's up or what the other game situation looks like. But we could see the Uni Classic up. We'll see in a minute. Either way, good run from Pinku. Big thank you for showing up. Amazing first game against Tanuk, obviously.
I forget how many games they signed up for, but I think they're also in for CF as part of that demonic bracket.
That's gonna be a fun one.
That one's gonna be messed up, man.
Yup.
Yup.
We got some mad killers. So who we got out? I know you're playing. Obviously, I'm assuming Thantis is playing.
So
Spooky's here. Science Cat. Joker's here.
Right, Joker. So that's already 5 crazy ones. Then we have Mioro at his first offline tournament that we've gotten a chance to see in ages.
Okay.
We have Richter, who I've seen in the crowd. I don't know if he's playing in it. Richter is such a classic of I don't even play this game. I've just been doing the art. Then shows up to bracket and still kills it.
I love it. Who does Richter play?
Richter plays Bang and Noel.
Okay.
Then we also have Ziggy, who's coming up here from Tennessee.
That's exciting.
And we have Nachos from Canada here.
Nachos was down last night, too. We got to play some Grand Blue, actually. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
They were on the Ragnar. Yeah. And that is already an insane count. That's an 8 right there. I don't believe that they are playing in it. If Red Blade played CF, that'd be absolutely hilarious. But
that would be funny.
Because they used to play CF, and they'll still play it here and there. I've seen him and Pinku play every now and then on calls when they're just messing around. But probably, I think they're probably just doing KOF or something. But yeah, the bracket is enormous. It's messed up. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So we'll see some crazy stuff here. Oh, Swick plays Saber. Okay, yeah. I have not gotten the chance to see Swickalicious play actually. So this should be pretty fun. But yeah, we will see them a bit later. We're gonna head into winners finals, so we will see.
Okay, that's what I thought.
As we've been calling it, Uni Classic, OsamaBinLeffen versus foxof. Should be a very interesting matchup, if only because, obviously it's the funny, lore adjacent, Arcwade versus Red Arcwade. But the other thing is that, these players have a lot of stories of them fighting, playing so many times in these critical top 8 situations, as well as kind of the pairing that they have, which is a lot different than what we would see from a game like Uni, right? Where in Uni, foxof is typically either on Landrekia or Vatista. Landrekia Wagner mashup is not a very fun time.
Nope.
Landrekia, also plays it a lot differently than you'll see from Wark. And then either that or it's Vatista, zone control, mix up in set play, high aggression if need be, compared to Wark, who is a little who is less oriented towards that and is more so kind of I'm going to zone you out. I'm going to set up this Oki for protracted sequences here. And frankly, not as messed up as a character as Vatista, relatively for their games. So I think this will just be very interesting, And we also have OsamaBinLeffen here, who's going to be on the Arcwade as well. So it'll be very interesting. And I don't know how much these two actually play MBTL with each other. So I don't know if they have a ton of experience against each other in casual.
Yeah.
You mentioned before
I think they've run the set a fair amount, if for no other reason to help figure stuff out. So once again, I just want to plug Metafy real quick. Please hop in there. Use the promo code BEACH10. You get 10% off your lessons. Off your first lessons, excuse me. Code's valid through July 21st. So hop in there if you need a little level up for your game. There are plenty of coaches out there in whatever game you play, honestly. So yeah, get in there, worth it, level up.
If you want to learn about stuff from players as strong as these two guys out there, you definitely want to give Metafy a look right here. As we are moving on to winners finals right here for Boston Blue Beach episode on MBTL, and already we've got Arcwade offense started. It's only been 2 hits. We've got about a third of the health left off. forced to use the Moondrive defensively, manages to get the shield, but still stuck in the corner, unable to escape. Very smart super jump JB right there, trying to kind of keep foxof contained here. But back to mid-screen.
Alright, good little 5-8 check from foxof there, but gets hit immediately. And OsamaBinLeffen has plenty of meter to close this out. Not a problem at all. Taking that first round.
Very fast first round coming in right there. And already, you can kind of see, like, OsamaBinLeffen trying to rely on the dash to close the gap a ton. Because one of the situations is also that you're going to see a lot of ground space try to be covered at full screen with the, like, onion rings right there to prevent, like, what would otherwise be, like, crazy 2 or 4 jumping. Right? So you might see a bit more, like, dash up shield, or even, like, dash block attempts from, like, if he's at range enough to try and kind of get away with that. But we'll have to see how this kind of plays out over time. So far, however, foxof has been getting opened up and discovered, frankly, and it's kind of like, you know, he's been navigating through the crazy path that he tries to forced to pop the heat right there.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, my God. Drops the combo, too. That is super unfortunate. Okay. OsamaBinLeffen choosing not to follow up on the shield there. I like that decision. No sense in taking any unnecessary risks. Now we're playing the zoning game. Gets the jump in. Big block from foxof. And the reversal throw. Yes, indeed.
I have no idea how that first throw whiffed. But right now, OsamaBinLeffen trying to read minds, noticing the potential for a shield right there. It just does nothing in response. There's the falling overhead into the arc and drive, aptly named as the first game is taken.
Touche. All right, and of course, this is winners final, so it's first to 3. So we should have, we're going to have at least 2 more. I have a feeling we're going to see more than 2. Obviously, foxof has a very strong adjustment game. Oh, okay, no, gets the hit anyway, though. This is going to be big trouble. Definitely going to have to eat a lot of this pressure from OsamaBinLeffen.
Part of the problem, though, with trying to make these adjustments to the game, you know, these players are extraordinarily smart. They have amazing game sense. The thing is, though, that Arcwade pushes the game's pace very fast and can force many issues all at once. You mentioned it earlier how foxof was saying that this game hurts the brain.
Yeah.
This is a matchup where you are thinking of 30,000 different things at once as Arcwade is just trying to beam in with brolic normals like that. JP Fatal barely gets the conversion, but still manages to get it.
Yeah. And if you're not considering those options, especially against Red Blade, you're going to get smoked, and that's just how it goes.
Frank, yes.
Like, there's no mincing words right there. You are going to get smoked unless you consider your options very carefully right here. Oh, okay. foxof gets the hit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Trying to catch the landing or maybe get a cross under, but just not quite there positionally. Already gets that air throw ender there.
Oh, no.
He is baited. They've been working super well up until now. Nice delay. Long combo. Where's that health regen at? I do indeed wonder. 2 bars to go. Next hit, as long as it's big enough, could potentially be enough to kill right here.
Are we going to see the extension of the meter? I think we are. Yes, there it is. All right, spend the moon drive, a little more meter, and that's going to do it. Game 2, a quick game 2 no less, going to OsamaBinLeffen. foxof, they're doing an effective job of playing that mid-range when they're allowed to play that, but as soon as OsamaBinLeffen gets in, that's it. That's game over pretty much.
And the thing is that it's kind of funny, but you'll just literally watch a, like, super jump or IAD JC, and suddenly you get sequences like this where you're already in the corner, not 10 seconds have passed. There's that falling overhead once again. JC, nothing in response. foxof decided to play it safe and just goes for the mash right there, spending the meter here. Get the OP, sets the ring up there, force the block. Here we go. There's the unblockable situation right there from the fuzzy jump attempt. And we're going to go back to the same situation. This is one of those things about Ward, you know, she's able to set that under rear open pretty well, but not only does Arcwade have absurd offensive tools, by God, this character has defensive options on defensive options. Amazing JB, they're unable to convert there, trying to just run up shield, but not going to succeed. Right idea, but just not quite there with foxof.
Absolutely. And it looked like when foxof ate that TP, it looks like they almost messed up the setup right there. Because I know, like, from personal experience, foxof's got a lot of TP safe setups, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of safe jumps, good onion ring setups, obviously. Oh, okay, more flash shield. Yo, these cats are just playing patty cake over here. God damn. Text the throw and baits the heat. Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, my God. Red Blade is OD, dude.
That's the thing. The fast pace doesn't necessarily mean you're mashing the button at every second. Sometimes you add in those small hesitations to call out the option. Fox is ready for the falling air normals right there with the scan shield, the red blade just falls down and goes for a deeply spend it on the 2-4C, and that's the round already. Wow. Plus, look at the resources on both sides. Red blade, they're about at equal off of that like round right
there. They're juiced. Oh, man. All right. Oh, wow. Max range, counter hit BC is going to leave Red Blade in an amazing position in the corner right here. Yep. Throw ender, save jump. Goes to the low option, no mash up from foxof, and the low shield is called out. This is going to be another good key to change. It's yet another setup. Yeah, looks like I'm the same combo right here. Save jump setup once again. Oh, big whiff there, but foxof not biting.
A little bit more chip, and he might be in position to kill. If Red Blade gets the right confirm, okay, there we go. Finally, we get a safe heat activation right there from foxof. Rather than safe heat, they was successful. So many of them been contested just like that projectile there with the falling air normal. Rekka, I'm taking you across the whole screen. You're gonna go across the road, past the pastures, down the road to take you to the corner. Still gets that moon drive into up back projectile, but caught on the delay. Tried to fuzzy jump and got unblockable by the Rekka for winners finals.
What a set. I feel like I've seen these cats play this game before, and it was definitely a closer game. The work that OsamaBinLeffen has been putting in, especially since Combo Breaker, I feel like, is kind of visceral. Do you remember who they lost to in winners? Was it Scrot or was it Masoma? Because I can't remember.
I actually forget.
I think it was Scrot, but I can't remember. And I have this funny feeling about the way Red Blade's mind works, especially the competitive edge to him, if you will. I have a funny feeling he took that personally.
I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but yeah, it's a very interesting mindset on a couple things. But we are gonna go on a break, and then we're gonna finish up with top 3. Don't wait for too long. You know, we got a ton of stuff going on. We got a bunch of content for you guys in between it, so make sure to stay on the stream, give it a quick little look, and then we'll be back. This has been Boston Bluebeat Beach episode. We'll see you guys in just a moment.
Boston Bluebeat.
I love it. I love
Boston Bluebeat Beach episode はバランスパッチ、トラベリングコントローラー、メタファイ、アクシス、レッドブル、ジャンクフードアーケード、メイン6、SNK。
Hey, GG's.
I'm sorry. I just couldn't hold it down.
It's fine. It was 0-2, but it was close. Besides, you got plenty of data for him.
Can I get tagged for stream?
I be fresh as fuck when I hit the scene. Everybody know me.
Even with the package.
Hey, you're from around here, right? Any places you recommend to eat? It's your money, after all.
Focus, Rando.
Oh no, this round's a wash. There's nothing he can do here. Rando's offense is just too good.
Rando utilizing the dash. Oh my god, that was a massive DP, and that's gonna kill. Yup, Tag takes it, lives to fight another day.
Nice.
Oh, you laughed the matchup.
Hey, newbie, his defense. You figure it out?
Figure it out. How can he guess right every time?
You've got a lot to learn. He's not guessing.
Okay, newbie, listen up. Rando's relying on stagger pressure with Chip's Rekka strings. By delaying the timing of the cancel on that second hit, he can trip you up for trying to check him after the first. This makes you afraid to hit buttons on him, and lets him get away with fake pressure, so he can keep attacking you and you never get your turn. Now, you can stop him with faultless defense, or FD, but this costs you your resource. He gets away with it for nothing. Or, if you're feeling confident, you can try your luck with instant block, or IB. The problem is, Chip can change the timing of that second hit, so you never really know when you should try to block it. For most people, it's purely a question of you having a read on your opponent. But Tag here? Tag's built different. He knows that when you start that second Rekka, Chip's heel arcs across the floor like his sweep, while his hand touches the ground. Tag is watching for the frame where Chip's hand touches the ground, and using it to time his IB. Then, it's just a question of using Kai's 6-frame 2K.
So do you understand?
No, it's not possible to do that every time. Someone would have to be...
Exactly. You'd have to be kind of nice.
Tag on the ropes here. Oh, a big IB. And Tag takes game 4. Pretty convincing.
Closing in 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Hey, Rando, finish your plate or we're leaving you.
All right, you got it. Sorry to do this to you, but it's time to eat. Time to turn my brain off.
I don't get it. Why would playing stupid help you here? It doesn't make sense. Tag! Be careful. I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Rando's starting to walk with you. What's he? Oh my, what?
Do you see now? I taught him everything he knows. And even I don't know what he's going to do next. Though a minion he may be, he has achieved ultra random. Victory is assured.
Oh man, I don't like the look of this. He's getting freed up. What can Tag do?
Well, it's Chip. All he needs is one big shot. Why would he? Of course, one big shot.
Yeah! Head back to Buffalo, scrubs!
Good job.
That was insane. How did you know to DP that?
He had the download. So that was it, right? You really lapped the matchup.
Yeah, man. I hit that DP every time.
Yeah.
Boston Blue Beat Beach Episode はバランスパッチ、トラベリングコントローラー、メタファイ、アクシス、レッドブル、ジャンクフードアーケード、メイン6、SNK。
All right, and we are back here at Boston Blue Beat Beach episode. Hope you enjoyed that little skit. And we're gonna be out here in losers semis, Swickalicious versus Tanuk. So that means we're gonna see some Saber versus CL. So this is not the first Saber that Tanuk has had to fight today. Tanuk beat Isaac actually in losers, which I believe was the revenge match from last time, because I think it was Isaac that knocked Tanuk out, if I remember correctly.
I think so. One of the big things as well is that man, Smoothie's played against Tanuk has played against Smoothie a bunch of times, and Smoothie has played Saber a decent bit. So this is a matchup that Tanuk has like run against like a decent amount of times.
Yeah.
So yeah. this is definitely something that there's like a good amount of familiarity going into it for Tanuk at the very least. I just want to shout out real quick, kind of Star in the chat mentioning gotta come out next time. Yeah, come through, hit up a couple of people in the area, because there's definitely mad people that are willing to like house like known good friends around, so definitely make the effort to come up. We have, based on registration, we have over 100 people here today.
Yeah.
Which is like absolutely nuts. The weekly yesterday was like massive as well. So, you know, we've got a lot of people here that are willing to play, put in the time, and chill out. Like the venue's great, the weather is super nice, the people are friendly. Like, it's been a great time so far. But we are moving on to loser semis right here. Swickalicious versus Tanuk on one of my favorite stages, or in UG and background music in the game.
Hell yeah.
I'm obsessed with the song.
Ooh, all right, Swickalicious getting a low hit on Tanuk.
Yeah,
we're about to see that saber damage right here. All right, safe jump set him in the air dash. Or not safe jump, excuse me, just going for the air dash there. And Tanuk's out with the BC follow-up, back to full screen. And that's kind of where you want to be if you're CL, right? Let's not deal with all this close range saber nonsense, but it doesn't matter because we back in. All right, shield the low hit that time. I agree. Okay, yep. Get a little meter out of the nails out of Tanuk there, and that's a big counter hit. Misses to confirm though, and spends the moon drive going into the overhead. Should be no, that's a huge drop.
You definitely want to look for a setup that you can get in the heat after knockdown here, but Tanuk dropped it, and look at all the recoverable health that is for naught, just gone right there. Full 3 bars available as well. That was very tragic right there. A nice moon drive earlier, you know, to like catch on to the drop confirm, but just unable to put the pieces back together after the fact.
And now no moon meter going into this last or second round, excuse me. Four bars though, so not the end of the world. Oh, there we go, and we're back on defense. I don't think we're gonna see a heat this early, but wow, the A follow-up clashes, very interesting.
The big thing here is that so far today, we haven't really seen too many instances of people properly contesting in PC situations and delaying enough for them.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is that there's a big moon disadvantage that like has been happening a couple of times. We're not going to see it really anymore, spend the meter, because the big thing is that when you're spending that EX meter, that moon drive goes up just a little bit more, and then you have that to play around for the PC follow-ups here. Something interesting that's been kind of happening lately, let's see as we kind of finish up with this offensive sequence here, is kind of that moment right over there. Let's talk about that a little bit, because we're starting to, this is very unusual. We're not seeing a lot of Rekka usage from Swickalicious. If it's labbed out, it's very easy to deal with Saber Rekkas.
Yep.
So instead, we're seeing a lot of times where Swickalicious pauses and stays at a range that's outside of CL's 2C, and then waits for another time to pick another engagement. And we're seeing that a bit more often, especially with the charged follow-ups, as the charge specials as well, to go for the faint dash in. So that's not something that you'll see on a lot of Sabers, I think. Or at least used as frequently. So I'm just curious to see how that'll play out more, because it feels like Tanuk is not quite ready for Swickalicious' brand of offense here. As they get this hit now, 3 bars to go, probably going to see a heat right there if they really believe in it. If not, probably another knockdown until they're like confident and when they can say, all right, I think I can take this round. Holds on to the shield right there, doesn't want to bother with the delay A, just trying to see what comes next. That charge JC from Saber, it's absolutely obnoxious. You got to have a better response for it. Maybe he wants to go for EX like nails instead if they're in a EX keys instead rather if they're feeling confident in it. But haven't really seen that too much. Just these long sequences so far, and Tanuk really is having a hard time escaping. Swickalicious picking really great places to jump and then contest on Tanuk's escape.
Yeah, Saber's air buttons, kind of like you said earlier with that jump charge C, are super obnoxious to deal with.
Yeah.
And it is just absurd. Especially, I feel like CL's got some like okay options to deal with it, but it's not. There's not really like a hard counter that'll work in every situation. You gotta have the read right?
It's kind of the classic case of like, here's a character that is generally considered to be underpowered.
Yeah.
But because they have certain obnoxious things, you still want to lab like some a couple of minimums to be like, okay, I know how to deal with this, I know how to deal with that. Because if you don't, you get cheesed out or you get caught out in a lot of situations by Saber. Right now, EX dive into, no, not quite there. And again, right, you know, we're seeing Tanuk try to go for the J's. This is CL's typical way of contesting in the air. But because Swickalicious is straight up going for those charged JCs, Tanuk is not prepared for like kind of whatever follow-up needs to happen, whether they need to go for air throw more often or not. And again, the charged Rekka attempts right there. The feints from Swickalicious are working out super well. TanukV's not ready for those. Delays into the flash kick right there. Looking pretty decent. Might want to spend the meter. No, gets caught by the B follow-up, but not a fatal. One more hit will do it. Good blocks here, plus frames. No delay A, and that's the thing. So many times when Swickalicious has over 50% moon drive, we're seeing him opt for that, and TanukV is not ready with the delay A's. So the follow-up situation is just an easy moon skill dive for Swickalicious to capitalize on it.
Alright, TanukV off to a much better start here, going for the that ambiguous left-right, and unfortunately running to the shield. Swickalicious should get another clean hit right here, and this should carry us pretty much all the way to the corner. Yeah, here we go.
And that's the thing. Now Swickalicious is starting to adjust his defense, using a lot more shields in general, and going for a lot of like shield B follows.
Oh no! That's huge.
And there it is again, right? There's a lot of times where Swickalicious may be making a commitment, but he's not positioning himself to get like they're not necessarily positioning themselves to get punished. They're outside of range where like they would actually get hit by certain things. So you find yourself in a situation where you pop heat and then it's like, oh, Saber is actually just chilling out. There it is again, right? The BC follow-up, but no punish there, gets out, goes for the shield. You're allowing a lot more RPS situations than you really want to give your opponent to play with, and that is probably one of the major deciding factors in why Swickalicious managed to take this set cleanly, I would say.
That was very clean. All right, well, TanukV, good showing here today. Some good W's, but ultimately going to be going out and losing semis, and we are going to see Swickalicious versus foxof42 up next in losers finals.
Yeah, again, that's one of those things where you really need to have your preparation set, because there's times where you just kind of get caught out by sort of the same things over and over again, and your opponent doesn't have to worry about it and they keep going for it. You know, one of the great ways that you can kind of learn and figuring out some things is using, you know, tools like the lab and kind of figuring things out. And when sometimes the lab isn't enough, you can use a different website, kind of like MBTL, in order to learn a lot more. You can use code BEACH10 to get 10% off on all lessons. The code is valid till July 21st, 2022. It is a steal. Let me tell you, MBTL is such an amazing tool to learn from pro gamers across the world. There's so many times when, you know, you fight against a strong player, and while you may get the communication afterwards, let's be honest, one of the most infamous FGC things is that your opponent has amnesia and goes, yeah, I don't remember what you were doing wrong.
Yeah.
But with MBTL, you get to have these long sessions of whether it's VOD review or play session with someone specifically geared for your improvement, and there are an amazing lineup of coaches available.
Yep.
You have people here today like Barlow, there's also Monarch as well, for, you know, CF and other various games.
Gandito out there for Grand Blue. Shout out to my Grand Blue homies.
Of course. And, you know, we've got other people around as well. If I remember correctly, Masoma is recently trying to get partnered up with MBTL, so that's another big thing that's kind of on the way. And it's another path towards leveling up your gameplay, you know. And it is a very strong option. And, you know, you're not locked into any subscription type thing. You just take lessons as you want it. You want a $5, $10 lesson or whatever, you just try it out and then figure it out. So just want to say, yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead, sorry.
But yeah, I just want to shout out MBTL. You know, really glad that they got to kind of sponsor this event and help out. We appreciate them a ton, and definitely give them a shot if you get the chance, because there's a ton that you can learn from very good coaches. But yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're now locked into that too. Obviously, everybody learns at different paces, and it's so easy. And I feel like a lot of people get caught in this trap where they'll get caught on that plateau, and they'll keep grinding kind of uselessly the same couple things that maybe they don't need to work on as much. Maybe that's not their real problem. And kind of having that access to just kind of go in as you need it can really allow you to grow a lot more. But anyway, I hear the character select screen. I think we are about to hop in to our losers finals.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go, and this is it. No surprise character select screen. Red Arc versus, of course, Saber from Swickalicious. And we'll see what Foxof's experience with Saber is. Obviously, Foxof's played Isaac a good amount, but obviously Swickalicious has definitely a different play style than what Isaac usually goes for.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I'm very curious to see how Fox adjusts his offense. That's like the primary thing that I want to see.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, we'll see if something else comes up. I could just be wrong, dead wrong, and something entirely different and interesting shows up. But,
hey, we'll see, though.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens here. Walking that moon skill dive, very good. Just playing it nice and relatively safely here. Gets clipped right there. There's the moon skill. Not going to see a heat setup for a bit. I absolutely lied to you, by the way. Didn't realize I was going to see a heat setup right there.
Not gonna matter though. Yeah. Like Swickalicious gets the hit, spins the super. I think that's gonna kill. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so like going into the next round with no meter, but you got plenty of moon going on, and you have the round lead, so who cares?
Yeah. The big thing I would say is that even if you spend all your meter, if you're above half for your moon gauge, that's kind of fine because you have access to moon drive, you have access to shield BC follow-up, so you still get a lot of defensive options and potential offensive extensions. You know, you get a lot of access to utility despite that right here.
Yeah.
While Swickalicious managed to pop the moon drive, it looked like it was all for naught in a complete reversal of it, in which Swickalicious pops the moon drive and then immediately dies afterwards, where Fox would pop the heat and then immediately die.
And if you're foxof, you're kind of fine with that, right? Because like going into that final round when your opponent doesn't have moon, that's a great feeling. Like you're not afraid to use a moon drive on offense or defense without worrying about your opponent and have to immediately counter with that. So, and obviously most players at a high level have the heat bait setups. And of course, foxof, no different. Ton of pressure coming out here.
Here it is.
That's a punish, yes, sir.
Goes for the teleport fake out. Swickalicious holding on to D for dear life. foxof trying to go for the tricky throw there. Mistimed it a little bit, but should be able to kill with this confirm here. Yeah, spend the moon skill in order to get the last
god tier fake out. Like that was like the Street Fighter shimmy right there. Bait your opponent to the whiff throw. That was so god tier.
That was sick. The other thing as well is that, you know, if Swickalicious had committed to a different option, he could have gotten smoked there.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the risk.
That's a hard call out of like, what are you doing, actually? And then like figuring it out from there. Again, the information gathering portion of, you know, fighting is very important. You know, we've seen that a bit more. Notice how foxof has suddenly gotten down the corner. Remember the first round where that was not the case? They got caught out by the 2B and a couple of different options, and suddenly it's way more even right now. foxof able to get out of the corner way more easily, playing out the extended neutral, just allowing Swickalicious to just burn down the moon drive, doesn't want to deal with any of Saber's armored, you know, moon skill options here.
We haven't really seen like a lot of the classic like Saber like big armor clashes on some of those reversals, you know what I mean? foxof's done a really good job playing around that.
And he's also just been positioned outside of them, right? Yes. Kind of one of the more like meanie or whatever, whatever you may call it, you know, moon skills available to Saber is the moon skill dive. How many moon skill dives have we really seen compared to like the very last set?
Exactly one. We saw one. Like I think the whole day for Swickalicious so far on stream anyway.
So yeah, you know, we're seeing a lot of adjustments for foxof. Nice hit there, Swickalicious, but unfortunately just doesn't go quite the way you would want it. foxof managing to get a good hit here. Swickalicious down to 50%, popping the moon drive.
Yup, I love the recognition right there, but Swickalicious walks away with the hit anyway, okay.
Yeah, very good knowledge, a very good reaction, frankly, to foxof's movement to go for the moon skill dive right there in response to it. Super good right there. Fake out teleports, but still gets caught in the offense after the fact. That's 3 bars available. But unfortunately, foxof's gonna have to spend it all on the EX teleports, and it's not quite enough. This is looking real awkward. 4 bars available for Saber. Swickalicious just wants a hit, not even necessarily to kill, but just to pop the heat. But it's not gonna matter.
I love that safe option from foxof right there. Get the shield. You know your opponent's gonna do something, so what do?
Yeah.
You wait. You just wait. Let him hang himself. Perfect. Grab. Easy. That's my game now. Up 2-0.
Wow.
Yo, we're seeing Alco. Okay. This is one of my favorite characters in this game. Mostly, I think she's so sick. Mostly because every time I try to play her, I realize how garbage I am at this game. And I'm like, this character takes a big brain to play. So anytime I see somebody actually commit to Alco, I always get a little excited. Because I think this character, you need a good pilot behind her to actually be able to unlock some of those buffs and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Make the throw right there from foxof. Speaking of great character pilots right here, working on a perfect.
Throws sated, but will foxof be sated until he gets a perfect? No, he will not get one. Counter hit shield B follow-up. Let's see if Swickalicious has got a setup in the heat. No such thing. Trying to go for the 2A, gets caught by the shield B follow-up from foxof. This is very dicey. If Swickalicious finds a spacing to get a heat, he'll be looking real good, but foxof has enough meter for an EX teleport. Nice pop on the orb here, however. Gets the air throw here, but it's still such a dicey situation right now. Goes for the beam EX. Nothing quite yet.
Oh, yes. Look at that. All right. I'm loving some of the orb usage right here. Obviously, the last time we saw it kind of making the no-fly zone, so to speak. You know what I mean? Forcing foxof to approach on the ground. Oh, no. foxof gets the hit anyway, and that's going to do it right there.
And that was so bold from both players. They didn't even bother to look for a situation. They didn't, or rather, not even bother to look for it. They did not bother to, like, take that, like, okay, I'm going to heat and then figure it out next. They were both like, I'm going to play this close and we will figure it out.
Sometimes
Neither
that's how you gotta
played.
do it. Yeah. Oh my God,
Jeez.
yo, I got smoked there. Holy cow. I got that game too.
And part of the reason why that worked is because foxof has gotten a couple of big baits on shield. Try to go for the 2A mash, but the IAD, you have no hope. It is over. Air throw, slammed to the ground, 3-0.
With the 7 perfect letters to end it. 7 golden letters for the perfect. Yikes! Oh my! It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna move past that. foxof finally finds his perfect at the end of 3-0 over Swickalicious. And I just want to give a big shout out to Swickalicious for going through the amount of killers that they had to. Tanuk, Pinku, Smoothie's been putting in a lot of work. Like they had a pretty good run, all things considered.
And this is like an entire like losers run, right, where they had to like mow down a bunch of people. So a very good showing from them. Awesome to see them out here playing it.
Yeah.
Let's see. How do I? Oh my goodness. I'm just very happy to kind of see these people out here. And I want to point out that, again, that set was kind of another example of having enough preparation to handle a lot of these situations available to you, gathering the necessary information, and then going forward with it. But with a nutty loser semis, losers finals like that, I need a break.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna take a quick break. Enjoy another. I'm assuming we're gonna do another skit, but we'll be back with grand finals in just a moment here at Boston Bluebeat Beach episode.
Boston Blue Beat. Boston Blue Beat Beach Episode はバランスパッチ、トラベリングコントローラー、メタファイ、アクシス、レッドブル、ジャンクフードアーケード、メイン6、SNK
All right, welcome back to Boston Blue Beat Beach episode. Before we get into this grand final, quick reminder, we do have a Matcherino. Use !Matcherino in the chat. Coupon code, sponsor quest, direct contribution. Get in there and get these players some cash. And, of course, thank you to our sponsor, Medify. If you want some one-on-one coaching from some of the best players in the world, get in there. You can book a session for less than 3 minutes. Use Beach10 on Medify to get 10% off your first lesson. And, of course, thank you to one of our continued sponsors, Red Bull. Always fun to work with. Thanks for coming out today. And here we are, grand finals. OsamaBinLeffen already putting the work into foxof42. Getting another big hit, moving all the way to the East Coast.
It's Boston Blue Beach episode, but it looks like OsamaBinLeffen wants it to be yet another payday for himself the way he's playing so far right now. Forcing foxof into that with the double overheads, gets blocked. Nice punish on the delay shield A follow-up there. Kind of following up from their previous set where we saw a couple of situations of that kind of like shield into no response right there. Looked like foxof wanted to bait that out of Redblade, but Redblade holding on to that even more. Just like, I'm going to wait for you to do something because I know it's coming.
Oh, all right. Another big whiff 3C there from foxof. We've seen a couple of those, not just in this set. And Redblade really capitalizing there, moving foxof to the West Coast, saying, hey, I got another safe jump you're going to have to hold, by the way. Going against, once again, for the low option, baiting the shield, no punish. Oh, that's a huge whiff. Oh, no. Redblade's not going to let you get away with that one. All right. Redblade trying to put these huge gains onto foxof42, if you will, walking away with game 1. Damn, all right, that was a quick game 1, too. If foxof can't get an adjustment going right here, we're going to get, looks like a pretty quick repeat.
This could be breezy depending on how much momentum Redblade manages to gain throughout this. So we will have to see how this plays out.
Oh no, the shield trade there. Okay, OsamaBinLeffen is gonna win that particular shield war. Love the recognition from foxof right there, but not committing to an option quick enough. It looked like OsamaBinLeffen coming back with the counter shield. Oh, okay, no, foxof doesn't convert.
Yeah. Not quite there for it. Was waiting for another mix-up, but unfortunately, Redblade went and got hit a little earlier than expected.
Yeah. Man, that's too bad. If foxof's like baited a couple of these shields. Oh, I love the backdash, but OsamaBinLeffen taking the pressure anyway. B follow-up gets stuffed. Moon drive. Yes, I love that. A lot of players are not ready for that option. Is that 4 BC? I'm not sure exactly what that is, but
I believe it's 7 BC.
7
typically
BC.
Input there to get the jump into the instant move skill rate. I'll have to kind of double check on that later in first. But more importantly, good jump out of the throw situation right there. Setting up a couple of rings, going for the teleports here. Trying to find an opening, but Redblade, a bit of a rock until he gets cracked open. But DP's in response. Yes, we follow up after it. Moon drive here, tried to shield, but gets
Oh no, foxof had that too. Had that. Baited the shield, got the hit, wasn't able to confirm. Just needed one more hit. Okay, here we go. Off to a much better start. Spending a little meter to get a little setup right here. Get your charge on. Yes, sir. Okay, yep. Playing the spacing game perfectly. We should get a little safe jump action going on right here. Yep. Okay.
Unless it gets thrown, because it was an empty jump. Another throw in turn. Easy confirm off of it.
OsamaBinLeffen's just not respecting a lot of these setups, like doing a couple like hard call-outs, like very clearly knowing what foxof's gonna go for here. And this should close out the round right here. The game, excuse me. Wow. No, doesn't. Oh,
there's a bit more bar to spend, but this won't kill. Yeah, just barely out there.
When you're right, you're right.
DP's out there last minute because you know what time it is, and it doesn't work out. As funny as it looks, one of the major things here is that because Arcwood has so many defensive options, you're forced to guess in a lot of situations where she can kind of mash out a certain thing. Whether it's the 3 BC, the Moon Skill DP, or, I think it's 4 BC or 2 BC is a little hop there.
Yeah.
Regular DP, or
DP,
just mashes. So, there's a ton of, different things going on right over here. Come on. There's that nice B. Oh, Heat tall enough in order to catch that air dash back attempt right here. A follow-up hits nothing. Nice hit right there.
I really like the way OsamaBinLeffen's using the shield here. Even at that mid-range, just to eat some of these projectiles, obviously get that little meter bonus. Just very cognizant of what foxof wants to do.
Good shield right there in the half-charged 5C. Jesus.
Even when foxof gets the shield on that overhit, it really feels like he's not in a better position because Osama just knows how to play that RPS around it. Yeah, there it is. All right. foxof finally taking a game here, not a round. Oof. We got a game. All right. Winners finals repeat. My butt. I don't think so. foxof not going out without a fight.
Gets a B follow-up right here. JB counter hit. We've seen this a ton of times in various situations in OsamaBinLeffen's rounds. And we're seeing it once again, leading to such good corner carry right here. There's the air dash back. JC calling out the shield here from foxof. One of the big things again about Arcwade's offense is just her ability to punish and show so many responses to the many defensive options in this game.
Oh my god, the wake up mash.
There it is again. I will simply mash when I have shown so many different options on wake up. Gets the low 2A. Looked like foxof was mashing something there, but did not get it.
All right, here we go. Big counter hit here. foxof42 capitalizing on the fatal counter, getting the side switch. You should be able to force Osama all the way to the corner. All right. What's the setup going to be? Go for the teleport. Gets mashed on. Yeah, you got to keep it real, son. You got to keep it real. Although even that, I feel like plays into its own little bit of RPS. It's kind of...
It is for you. There's that charge 5C. First time we've seen it all set.
Ooh.
Delay A follow-up again. Now Redblade doing it from what we saw from foxof earlier in the first round. There's the A follow-up.
No conversion, though. It's almost like foxof wasn't ready for that to actually hit.
One thing that it appears foxof isn't ready for, I'm not sure if it's some of the adjustments. Whoa!
Damn.
What a whiff punish there on the 5B. Spend all the meter, put them to rest. One of the things that we're kind of seeing a bit more over time is that as the set has progressed and some of the shielding interactions have gone on more and more, we've seen a lot more BC follow-ups from OsamaBinLeffen. And part of it is because foxof was attempting to kind of call them out a little bit earlier, but they weren't really fruitful, and it seems like he's given up on them.
Yeah.
And now, you know, OsamaBinLeffen like throwing these shields out in relatively unexpected areas where foxof was expecting like trying to go for a standard flame trap.
Absolutely. We've kind of seen the adjustment of... Oh my god. Okay, well, forget I said anything. There it is. OsamaBinLeffen once again getting the throw confirm into the empty jump low. All right, what do we got here? Is this... No, that's not nearly.
Nah,
okay, what am I
this
getting?
is going to be the next thing, yeah. If they had 2 bars, it's potentially off of like a moon drive confirm right there.
Frame trap with DP to do it? Oh,
you know how it
son. Yeah, I've been hit by that before. I'll be honest.
No, it is.
Oh,
Swing on me.
bad
It's
feeling.
not like I'm going to DP or, you know, mash out. We went up minus.
All right. OsamaBinLeffen. This is tournament point, by the way. We're trying to speedrun this melty bracket in under 2 hours, which is quite an accomplishment. Counter moon drive. foxof saying, I don't care. I'm going to rip it anyway. Yes! There we go. All right, side switch into the corner. Should be a good little chunk of damage. Running right into the DP from OsamaBinLeffen, though. And this is it. We are about to enter one-touch territory for the tournament.
Here we are. Depending on the starter, this could be it right here. Both players know that it's tournament point, and another counter HAP doesn't quite follow up, but we mash 5A. And there it is. Grand Finals ends in a 3-1 for OsamaBinLeffen. foxof putting up a valiant effort, but it is not enough. The momentum, the tide coming in.
Incredible. Very dominant game. Very dominant tournament, I should say, from OsamaBinLeffen. I don't know if people just don't know how to deal with Arcwide, or if Redblade's Arcwide is just truly that far above the rest. But either way, very good run. Only dropping 1 game, I think, and it was in that Grand Finals.
It's
That's
like
incredible.
3 things I would say. 1, Red is the only Arcwade player that really is at his level, taking it in tournaments to that degree. There are many good Arcwade players that are out here and that are playing the game. It is no disrespect to them. It is just that Redblade is on another level of it, right? On top of that, you have Redblade on a character that is very offensive oriented and quite strong, you know? And then, you know, how many times do you run into kind of these situations on this character, right? This is a lot that kind of goes into it, quite frankly. A lot of it is nuts. Again, you know, Another way to learn from it, you know, I can blab all you want, you know, whatever. I think I'm kind of smart sometimes. But
Hell yeah,
if you want to see more of this kind of analysis and learn a lot more of this from high level and top level players and coaches, you should definitely check out MetaFi right there. You know, once again, it's growing ever more familiar in the FGC. It's an online platform that providing one-on-one coaches for some of the best players in the world for a variety of games. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a fighting game. You know, they got a ton of other games as well. They got like League of Legends and a whole bunch of stuff. So definitely kind of keep that in mind. You know, you book sessions so fast and get these coaches in real time and learn from some of the best. It's just something that I kind of want to point out. And next off, I just want to say thank you to a ton of the sponsors that we have available. We've got a lot of people here that are really helping out with this Boston Blue Beat Beach episode event. I'm just very happy for it. You know, Axis, you know, providing $100 to pop bonuses for CF, Exert, and Uniclear. Top 3 of them also get game codes from like Axis. We have Red Bull once again. Sorry,
it's all good.
Red Bull.
It's all good.
I'm waiting for RB Red Blade, but once again, you know, supporting the event. Big shout outs to them. They've been awesome. They've been very kind to us. And again, you know, if you're at the venue and you bought a tank top, you're entered into a raffle to get a snack box from our sponsor here at Junk Food Arcades. It's very awesome from them. And again, you know, to kind of close out on things, Main 6, once again, shout outs to them for putting a $100 pop bonus for TFH, our TFH bracket. They recently released the 3.0 update. Ton of stuff, ton of added stuff for the cast and for the game. Level 3 supers now in it as well. Super cool stuff. It's a sick game with so many quality of life features. Definitely check it out. And again, you know, to kind of round out some of the sponsors that we got here, we want to thank SNK for supporting the event. We'll be giving out merchandise for those who place in the bracket. So, you know, if you're trying to get a little extra something for winning on top of, you know, some of the pot, definitely check that out. But
we got a great KOF bracket coming up. We were scoping that earlier. We got some killers in the town. So
and if you want to add more to the brackets, hit exclamation point Maturino in the chat and add a little bit more to the pot. You can always put in some of the codes, and direct donations are also appreciated.
Yeah,
and of course,
that in there right now.
You can check out the Twitter to see all the Maturinos for all the games as well. So don't play yourselves. There's a ton of games available. A lot of wonderful players here at Beach Episode. We are going to be down for 5 minutes as we kind of prep up for our next game. But
come through for Dragon Ball. It's going to be a good one.
We got a lot of strong players here. It's
hell yeah.
It's going to be nuts. I'll just say that.
Quick reminder before we go out, our next offline monthly is going to be August 13th. Online monthly is going to be August 20th with Plus R. And we are going to be running, this is something you're probably going to be into, I imagine.
Yes.
Starting on August 15th, we got that CF weeklies are returning, and it's going to be Ranbat fashion. So it's going to be August 15th to October 3rd, so I believe that's 8 weeks. And then, of course, the Invitational on October 15th. So if you like Central Fiction, come out. That is going to be a ton of fun. But thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Boston Blue Beat Extend, Melty Blood Type Lumina. My name is Lennox, and of course, I'm joined by the king himself.
Sweeto's here. Take it easy, y'all, and be kind to one another. We'll see you soon.
Peace out.
Boston Blue Beat. Boston Blue Beat Beach Episode はバランスパッチ、トラベリングコントローラー、メタファイ、アクシス、レッドブル、ジャンクフードアーケード、メイン6、SNK。
Has this ever happened to you? You're live streaming some net play and struggling with a matchup. In your desperation, you turn to the one source of knowledge in front of you, and in doing so, make a terrible mistake.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Yo, what is fucking character, dog? These fucking Nagos get carried like nothing. Wait, for real? Yo, let me try this shit. Fuck this guy.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Don't ever give me fucking advice like that ever again. Y'all are fucking garbage. I don't know why the fuck y'all told me to do that shit. No wonder y'all garbage. And it's some fucking bullshit, dog. I suck? Don't ever fucking tell me I suck, bro. I've never seen you out here getting placements. I don't even know what your fucking rank is, but I'll cook your bitch ass right now. What's the next major you're going to? I'll money match your bitch ass right now. $1,000 right now. Put the wallet up. You scrubs keep giving me this garbage ass fucking advice. How am I supposed to fucking play this game if y'all just keep giving me this bullshit?
Twitch chat, a community built around our shared gaming hobby, a circle of regular faces to join a show on a weekday night. Just remember, just because someone in chat says something is a good idea doesn't mean it is. It's not the place for deep breakdowns of matchups and the like. This has been FGC PSA, here to remind you, don't listen to Twitch chat. Alright, man. Whatever you say. Hey, you gotta be quiet now, huh? No, none of that. None of that action, Uber driver. None of that action. 4 stars like that. Has this ever happened to you? You're at home, playing rank for your favorite fighting game. You're on a hot streak, and pardon my French, these bitches cannot handle your shit. You're feeling kinda nice. So you pack up to go head to your local, ready to bring all the hype action from home to the real world.
Yes! I am playing out of my mind today. I am ranking up like crazy. I can't wait to take this new tech to locals.
Remove those delay-based connections, and suddenly, those online tricks are much harder to pull off. It's a whole different world when you can look your opponent in the eye. This has been an FGC PSA. That whack online shit won't work offline. Have you ever had this happen to you? You're at the venue, stick in hand, custom made to your specifications exactly how you'd want it. An absolute expression of your individuality. And then you hear a voice cry out in the venue asking for help. I need a stick.
Oh man, my stick broke. Hey, hold on a second. Hey man, can I borrow your stick? Yeah, sure. Here you go. You know, I think actually I'm just gonna go borrow the house pad.
Hey, we have a game?
Oh, you can tell the TO to DQ me, actually. I got something I need to do, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm so glad they changed the burning to 2H in this patch.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, they made a lot of changes. I'm not really sure about. Yeah?
One of my buttons is acting up. Do you mind taking a look at my stick?
Yeah, sure. God. You know, actually, I told my friend I would go help them with a thing somewhere else. Yeah, goodbye.
Oh, okay. Bye. I don't know what's going on today. Is it my stick art?
You know, it really could be. It's really hard to find appropriate stick art nowadays and get some yourself, so.
And yours is, I don't even, how do you even play on that?
It's like a cello, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. It's like a cello.
When you customize your stick, it becomes an extension of yourself. The modifications you make are an expression of who you are and who you choose to present yourself as. This is an FGC PSA. When you build and customize your stick, keep it tame. The rest of us have to look at it too. Has this ever happened to you? You're a new player watching a game with fresh eyes. You're a sponge for new information, desperate to learn. So, you turn to the quickest available resource to you, your local community.
Yo, 2368 is -5. Can you mash on that shit already?
It's like, I don't get this. My 2A is like 4 frames. I always get hit by that shit.
Wait, but didn't you say 2368 is always a -1? So that means that they would trade, right? If
No. First of all, I don't know where you heard that from. And second, if you heard it from him, he's a dirty masher. It doesn't fucking matter.
Wait, but didn't you mash DP on it like the whole time?
Look, like everyone just BS's it with this frame data shit. But did you just see that?
Yeah, so earlier they were mentioning that 236A was punishable, but I could have sworn it was a -1.
It is, but if you block high, it actually ends up being plus. So you do have to be a little careful about that.
Are you sure? They were really confident about that.
I'm like reasonably sure, like 60% sure.
Wait, aren't you supposed to know?
I also beat 60% of the people here.
That doesn't make it any better.
No, well, okay, 1 second. Let's check this.
Your local community is a fantastic resource. Playing games with like-minded people helps foster a healthy competitive mindset and build some of the best friendships you'll have. But just because they're there doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. This has been an FGC PSA. Don't let fighting game players BS you. Check the frame data. And you can check the frame data on resources quite like Dustloop, Lazumi, and Dream Cancel Wiki, all providing fantastic information.
ボストンブルービートビーチエピソードはバランスパッチ、トラベリングコントローラー、メタファイ、アクシス、レッドブル、ジャンクフードアーケード、メイン6、SNK